What's the best way to be ready for big changes and shifts that are coming through? That's the subject of today's channeled message. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm Sonia Davies, spiritual advisor, and I receive channeled messages every day. I write them in my book. And some of those are very much personal to me, but some of them are collective and they're for you. And I bring these on here and I share them with you. And the reason I do it in video form rather than written, although it's written form that it comes through for me, is because my voice is an activator. And these messages are as much about the frequency that comes through as they are about the words themselves. So today's message, I'm recording this on, it's Monday, the 3rd of August, 2026. Now, whenever you're watching this, don't worry about the date. Your guides will bring you here at the time that is right for you. And there will be themes and messages in this and in this frequency that you need right now, whenever you're watching this. But the reason I asked this very specific question this morning in my guides when I tuned in, we are, as I said, it's the 3rd of August. We are upcoming fast to the Lionsgate portal of 2026 and then the eclipse portals. So the solar eclipse on the 12th of August and then the lunar eclipse on the, is it 29th, 30th, 29th of August? I have to check that, I couldn't remember. And I can already really feel that this August is going to be a really big shift. Things are going to move fast. We are going to jump timelines and then some. So I asked my guides this morning, what do we need to do to get ready for that? We're already in the energies of it. The portal, we can feel the Lionsgate portal building already. And that's happening on the 8th, which, as I'm recording, it's Monday now. That's this coming Saturday. I have to keep checking my calendar. I can't remember which day it is. But yeah, so Saturday is the actual Lionsgate portal, the 8/8 portal. And this is a really big one. And for me personally, Lionsgate portal is always big because energetically so many of us are tuned into it. And it's a period of change, of renewal, of upgrades. But for me, the big event is the solar eclipse on the 12th. Now, I'm really sensing, and if you're new to me, by the way, I work with energy primarily. I use it, I'm not an astrologer, although I'm an avid follower and fan of astrology for myself. But I use astrology as a bit of a map, and it makes sense of what I'm feeling energetically. And what I'm really feeling is that this solar eclipse on the 12th of August, which then opens a portal through until the lunar eclipse, which is on the 29th of August. Eclipse portals always timeline jump me and many people around me. Most of the people in my world always experience timeline jumps where things shift and move quite exponentially during an eclipse portal. Now, we have 2 eclipse portals every single year, but this one feels different. And I think it's because we've just come through the astrology of July, which is massive. The Aquarius full moon we had just last week was incredible. Everything's changing in the world around us. And we are building up to a really big solar eclipse this time next year. So in 12 months' time, so in August 2027. So I don't know when you're watching this, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. But August 2027 is going to be probably the most profound, powerful solar eclipse that we will ever experience in our lifetime. It's going to be the longest solar eclipse, and it's going to be total solar eclipse and lots of stuff around that. But it feels to me like this year's solar eclipse on the 12th of August it's the preparation point for 2027. It's really big. And in the context of all the changes that are going on right now on our planet, on our own individual spiritual journeys, and if you're not on a spiritual journey, frankly, you wouldn't be here on my channel. Um, we're all on a spiritual journey wherever we are. We are spiritual beings having a human experience or experience an incarnation, varying degrees of humanness with that. This process, this August window, which we're in now because the Lionsgate portal, the portal's already open for that. And we're building up to the solar eclipse. It's only, it's Monday now. It's a week on Wednesday. So it's like, what, 9 days away? It's really big. So my channeled message this morning, I went in and I asked, what do we need to do to prepare for this? Because massive change needs preparation. It needs you and me to be ready. And I'm as much in this as you are. So in a moment, I'm going to share the message that came through. And then I'm going to talk about it afterwards because there's some themes here that have been coming up a lot for me recently. For me personally, and in people I'm talking to, my clients and so on in my business and things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out the message. I invite you, if you can, if you're able to close your eyes and just feel and receive the frequency of the channeled message itself. And then I'll talk about it afterwards and what it really means for you and how you can actually activate this for yourself. So if you're able to, and it feels comfortable, please do just gently sit back, close your eyes, take a breath, and I'll read this message. The portal is coming and you are ready. You are ready. The only preparation you need is to be. Just be. Do not try to do, just be. Sit in the knowing that your awareness is growing and will continue to unfold apace. These portals are energetic leaps through timelines of pure potentiality. The more you try to direct them, the more limits you place upon yourself. Do not try to direct or plan for this. Instead, place your attention on how you can let go and flow. Relax in surrender. And as you do, the vortex of possibility opens its doors to you and allows you to experience more than you can conceive in your human brain. Relax, beloved one. Learn to flow. Learn to trust the letting go and allow what could not even be imagined in this now time to become your reality. Trust, breathe, surrender. In love, in trust, in flow. I felt such a, it's difficult to describe. It's almost like a gentle, sparkly, joyful energy with this one. Almost like I don't know how to describe it. It's like because I experience these messages when they come through. I mean, I write them with my eyes shut. I have to read my writing quite carefully because it's not my handwriting, it's complete scribble. Um, and, but I also get it's a full multi-sensory experience, multi-dimensional experience as I get these. So I get a lot more than just the words. That's why I invite you to close your eyes and feel the frequency of the message. So with this one, almost like I don't know. I'm really struggling to find the human words for this. Like a skipping little insect that's jumping around all over the place just with joy and laughter and fun. That was the energy I got. It's almost like fizzy and sparkly. It's really difficult to put into words. But that was the energy that I was feeling. And there was a delight and a laughter and a happiness and a just excitement for what's possible. Now, what's interesting here is this really taps into a message that as I mentioned before I read it out, that I've seen so many times recently, both for myself personally and in people around me, people I'm working with, my clients, and other people, friends, family, and so on as well. The message is really coming through. This is not about doing. This is about surrender. And the more we can surrender and let go of control, the more we move forward. It's really interesting because I'm getting all sorts of things coming in my mind just as I'm even talking about this now. I've had so many people recently struggling with letting go of control, trying to control the outcome, trying to control what's happening, whether that's with their physical health, whether they're emotionally struggling right now, whether they're feeling like they're going through a process of change. So many people I've spoken to, it's crazy. Everyone's going through change right now. And every time the message has been let go, stop trying to control what happens. It's like you need to trust that it's okay to, if you're driving a car, take your hands off the steering wheel and just let the car take you. And that feels scary because our human brains are conditioned not to do that. It's that. That's the lesson. That's the preparation for this. That's the preparation for these portals that we're just on the brink of right now. Is actually the more you try and control what's going on and how this shows up for you, the less opportunities you have, which is ridiculous, right? As humans, we have been so conditioned to rely on our logical brain. Know where you're going, have a goal, and know how to get there. I say no. The universe is saying, no, 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 scratch that. This is not about what do I need, where do I need to go? Do you know, I was having a conversation with someone about a week ago about setting smart goals. Do you remember those? If you've been in the corporate world, you'll know about smart goals. Yeah, goals that are very, what is it, smart? It's specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timed for a goal. It's very corporate speak. I never liked them. When I was in the corporate world, I never liked them. Um, but there's something about that. That's trying to put a box around this is the goal and this is how I'm going to get there. This is saying no, get rid of that. Literally get rid of that. Flow, surrender. This isn't about being directionless. This is about going, what do you really want? What do you really want? What's the feeling you want? More than the, I want this thing. This is about what's the feeling you want. Let me give you another practical example to lock this in, because I know some of these concepts are really, I do actually struggle to put them in human terms because they're just big concepts and I just understand them on a multidimensional level. That's part of my gift and challenge in sharing these things with the world, because actually I'm very multidimensional, and that's landing that in the here and now is can be a challenge. If someone had, say, debt, let's talk about money. Money's a good example for this. Because it's very easy to get caught up in money because our society is built around the functionality of money and how it works and how it flows and what we need and all the rest of it, right? So if someone has a load of debt, say they're really in lots of debt, rather than tuning into, I want to be able to clear my debts, tune into how does it feel when those debts are gone? What does that give you? How, just imagine when you've got all the debts are gone, because That's an energetic tie. So rather than worrying about how am I going to pay my bills, and it's taking it from that level to how's it going to feel when I have no debt? How's it going to feel when I have the solvency, the financial solvency that means I can make whatever choices I want to? And you may sit there and watch this and go, yeah, but I'm not motivated by money. Yes, but our society functions on money as a currency, as a form of exchange. Therefore, money is required. Yes, down the line, it's going to change. We all know that. But actually, at the moment, this is the functional energy exchange that our society is built on. Therefore, at the moment, money is important as a form of energy exchange. This is saying, don't worry about how am I going to pay my bills? How do I clear my debts? And instead, tune into how will it feel, literally feel on the inside when I have no debts and I have the abundance that I want and I can make the choices that I want without fear, without worrying about, I can go out to a restaurant with a friend and not worry about how expensive it is. It's things like that, right? This is a very tangible example of what this is talking about. Tap into the energy of how it feels when the debts are cleared. And when you have the level of money flow that you want, it's not about the numbers in the bank account. That's just a number. That's just a way of keeping score. It's about the feeling. And then when you've locked into that feeling, let go. Tune into it. Feel that feeling as if it's already happened. And then say to the universe, thank you for the feeling of freedom I have with all my debts cleared. Like I say, it could be something totally different. It could be a health condition that you want to get rid of. Thank you for for the feeling I have when I'm healthy again. It's the energy. So it's not about whether you've got debt issues or whether you've got health issues. It's about what is it that you want. Feel the feeling of how it's going to feel once you've got it. And then just let go. Let go of how that happens. And when you stop trying to control, so using the debt example, the money example, and you may not have debt. This is just purely a practical example to share with you so you can be relatable. If you're sitting there trying to go, so how do I get money in? That's going to block you because that's limiting your possibilities. And this message is relax, surrender in the surrender. And as you do, the vortex of possibility opens its doors to you and allows you to experience more than you can conceive in your human brain. This is saying the more you try and cling to, how am I going to get money in this month, next month, whatever, next 6 months, whatever it is, how am I going to find the money to clear that debt? This is going, no, I want to feel the freedom that comes with not having that debt there. Thank you, universe, for that. Feel that feeling. Let yourself really feel it and then let go. Universe, thank you. Thank you for letting me feel that. And it's saying, learn to trust in letting go. And that actually more is possible for you the more you let go. It feels like a paradox. And like I said earlier, this is deep human conditioning. Your human brain wants to control, wants to know. So how is it going to happen? Saying, let go of that bit. Let go of the how. Don't worry about it. This is absolutely about surrendering and going, right, I want that feeling of freedom, or I want that feeling of full health, or I want whatever it is that it is for you, and insert your own personal situation here. I want a thriving business, or I want the time to spend with my family without worrying about how, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Feel the feeling of what it feels like and then just let go. Don't try and control it. Because when you try and control it, you actually limit the possibilities that are available for you. Because it's like, I'm getting these images in my head and I'm trying to work out how to describe them. It's like if you're in I'm getting the vision of a path at night, okay? A path at night in the countryside, and you're on this path, you're standing on this path, and if all you can see is the torchlight, you've got a torch because it's dark, right? You've got a torch, you're holding a torch, you're pointing the torch, and you can only see where that torch is showing you. You can only see the path ahead of you because you're holding that torch and that's the only place you're looking. And you might be missing all kinds of things around you because you're so focused on that one point that you can't even see. If you switch the torch off and said, universe, I want to be safe, I want to get to where I'm going, I want to be in that place, and you imagine yourself in the place where you're going, I don't know, maybe you're walking home, I don't know. You imagine yourself at home, you go, right, universe, let me know, take me there. You walk along the path, you switch off the torch and you surrender. And maybe there's an absolutely beautiful image that you're not seeing because you're under the trees right now. And actually, if you went that way, because you wouldn't see it, you wouldn't see that there is another path that way because your torch is going there. Maybe if you go that way, and then you'll see the most beautiful moonlit river, beautiful scene. And it's fabulous and it's a gorgeous scene. And actually, it's a shortcut that you weren't even aware of. And it gets you home quicker. That's the kind of thing that I'm getting with this. And I'm sorry, I know this one's a bit rambly and tangenty, but the energies are so limitless possibilities are available right now. That's what I'm getting. And trying to put human words around that is different. That's why I invite you to feel the frequency of this rather than specifically thinking about the words. You are ready. You don't need to prepare anything. And it's about being and surrendering and trusting, learning to listen to your heart rather than your head. So this is really a lesson in letting go of control from your brain, your thinking mind, and just going, I'm going to sit back and relax and just trust. And the more you do that, the more the possibilities are open. And this is really saying there's actually more possibilities open to you the more you surrender. And it's hard. I know. Trust me. I know. You're human. I'm human in this form right now. And therefore it's difficult to let go because we are breaking conditioning that is very intrinsic. It's societal, it's collective, but it's also generational, it's ancestral. It's been on our planet for millennia, and we are breaking out of that cycle again. And the more you learn to let go and just trust and see where the winds take you, the more you have new experiences available and new possibilities that you weren't even aware of. That's the invitation as we prepare for this portal, but it's also the invitation as we prepare for anything, any form of change. So if you're feeling a sense of change right now, whenever you're watching this, know that the easiest, fastest way through it is to let go of control and just let it be. And just surrender to what's going on. Now, if you want some help with that, there's a couple of links below that can help. So I'll drop them in the notes with this video. Well, I'm pointing down, wherever it is when you're watching this, maybe off to the side or I don't know. Anyway, have a look at the links in the text with this video because there's a couple of things there. I've got some free resources, some paid resources, depending on what it is you want and what you need. And I would love to help you with that. So do book one of those if you want some help. There's a meditation there, and things may change as time goes on, but there's a meditation there. There's a at the moment I've got free expansion audits there as well. So have a look and see what there is. Or just reach out to me. Let me know how this one lands with you. I know this has been a bit vague and rambly today, but that's the energy that I'm feeling. It's that it's not about a do this and then this and then this. It's literally the opposite of that. It is just let go, let it be whatever it is. That's the message, and that's how I'm showing up for you right now. I've got the written message and I've just flowed and let the energies take me where I've needed to go with what I've talked about. I had no plan for this, and that's the point. That's exactly what I'm sharing with you, is it's okay to let go, surrender, and just see where it takes you and be open to the possibilities of where it could take you. That's the energies that we're showing up in right now. That's what's going to get us through August 2026. Be open to the possibilities, because they are more than your brain can conceive, but your heart knows. Follow your heart more than anything. I'm going to leave this here. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, because it makes a huge difference to who gets to see these videos. And if this has resonated with you, hit that like button. That really, really, again, really helps the platform push this out to more people. So, and I would love to share this with more people. Thank you so much for being with me. Genuinely, this has been a total ramble, this one, more so than normal, I think. But I've really just, again, myself just surrendered to what wanted to come out. Let me know how this lands. Drop me a comment below. I do always read them. I would love to know how this feels for you. And if you want some help with that, like I say, just get in touch. There's links below. I will be back with you very soon. Take care.